Hello and welcome to my desk setup tour. Hi, my name is Jubair and I'm a PhD student at University College London. And as you can imagine, as a PhD student, efficiency and productivity are very important factors. The more work I get done quicker, the more time I have to do the stuff that I want to do. Now in this video, I'm going to go through everything that I have on my desk and tell you how I use it to stay productive and be very efficient with my time. Now most of these stuff I bought maybe 5 years ago. So it just goes to show how much of an investment these devices are and how much they can help you for many years to come. In the description box below, I'm going to be putting everything that I have and own, but I'm only going to put the links of stuff that I recommend because some of the stuff that I have problems and I do not want you to go through those same problems. So any good setup first starts with the actual desk and chair. I like to keep my desk simple. It just has to be sturdy enough to carry all the weight and have the right dimensions for me. The desk that I opted for is nothing special or expensive. The main reason that I purchased this was it was a good size. It is 120 centimeters in length to support my large monitor and 60 centimeters in depth so that I can place a full A4 size paper if I needed to write on the desk. The chair is also relatively cheap, and I got this from Argos for around £60. When I had bought it, I was space constrained from around the feet area, and I had to get one with the narrowest legs possible. It is comfortable and provides good lumbar support. However, it is quite short and therefore provides no actual back support. If I were to buy another chair, I would definitely buy one with full back support. I wouldn't recommend a gaming chair. Instead, I would recommend an ergonomic chair, which is better for your posture than a gaming chair and very supportive if you need to be on your chair for long periods of time. In my opinion, the most important component of any computer setup is the monitor. I am a huge monitor geek and have dozens of monitors in the past. I prefer single monitor setups with more pixels than anything else. I think that the number of pixels of any monitor can increase your productivity and efficiency. The more pixels that a monitor has, the more real estate you have, meaning that you can do more on the screen at any time than a monitor that has less pixels. This is different from the size of the screen. Larger screen size doesn't equate to more usable space. As long as the text is not too small to be seen, the more pixels you have, the more windows you can open and the more information you can utilize at any given moment. I find a high resolution monitor to be a lifesaver. My monitor is a 6-year-old 40-inch Philips 4K monitor. It is huge, but it has many perks. First of all, the screen resolution is 4K, which means that it has over 8 million pixels to work with. I always work with 4 windows side by side, such as having my Word document, one Chrome tab open, and 2 other publications open. This workflow has so many advantages, and I will make a separate video on how a 4K or higher monitor resolution can increase your productivity and efficiency. So make sure you subscribe for that content and more. The monitor also contains 4 USB 3.0 ports, where one is able to charge your phone. I don't use all the ports, but one is connected directly to my external hard drive caddy, which allows me to hot swap hard drives for backup and storage. Backup is incredibly important, and so is data redundancy. Subscribe to see videos on how you should be backing up your work using external hard drives. The monitor stand also doubles as a neat keyboard storage space where I can put my keyboard to increase my writing space. The 40-inch size of the monitor is a bit big at first, and if you aren't really using many windows at once, it could be a bit excessive. There are, however, a few downsides to this particular monitor. As it has an old VA panel, the colours are pretty washed out and not colour accurate at all, which means it's not suitable for creative work that involves colours. The monitor does not have HDCP 2.2 for some reason, so you can't actually connect any 4K devices through HDMI 2.0 or ever watch 4K Netflix on it. I will link a large monitor in the description box that doesn't have some of these problems. Next most important part of an office setup is the actual keyboard. This is where the magic happens. My keyboard is from Razer and is about 6 years old. It is a mechanical keyboard, which means that each key is a separate mechanical switch which can be pressed in or out, meaning that you will always get proper feedback for each key you press, improving your touch typing, which is harder on a mushy standard membrane keyboard that you will find elsewhere. Keyboard is perfect for productivity as it has 5 macro buttons which you can program to anything you like, such as the shortcut button or switch apps button. This allows me to make quick measurements in some programs that I use for my PhD and quickly switch between open windows. The keyboard also has an extra USB slot on its side, which is useful for accessing USB pen drives, even though it's only limited to USB 2.0 speeds. If you haven't already got a mechanical keyboard, I highly recommend one as it can improve your typing experience greatly. The biggest drawback of a mechanical keyboard is the noise it makes. It makes a terrific amount of noise, meaning you can't get away with typing late at night if someone's in your same room, or get away with typing in those Zoom or team chats. Just listen to the amount of noise this keyboard makes. To complement my amazing keyboard, I have the Logitech G502 Optical Gaming Mouse, the best mouse that I have ever owned, and it is amazing for productivity. This is the oldest version of the mouse that came out over 5 years ago, but it is still going strong. I do not game with this mouse whatsoever, but all the buttons on it are reprogrammable. I have set up the buttons to make them copy, paste, delete, cyclolapse, and many more. The copy and paste function in particular is a lifesaver and a time saver. Can effortlessly copy and paste anything I want into a document. The other amazing feature of this mouse is its infinite scroll wheel. The scroll wheel can be used as normal to scroll through web pages or documents, but if you unclick the lock, it can rotate freely, allowing you to speed through documents and web pages and saving you days worth of scrolling and time through skim reading. As a gaming mouse, the sensor is very accurate and the mouse feels great in the hand. Having an ergonomic mouse will save you hours per week on menial tasks and also save you from the worst of repetitive strain injury. The mouse mat I have is 67p from Amazon and probably the best I have owned due to its simplicity. I have had more expensive ones from Razer and SteelSeries for example, but this one does just fine. For my speaker setup, I have a Corsair SP2500 2.1 PC speaker set. Hands down the best PC speakers I have ever owned. It has incredible sound reproduction and has enough bass to shatter the windows if I was a hooligan. The sound from these speakers are amazing and it is a shame that they stopped producing them. I have bought them for around £300 years ago and I guess they stopped making them because they were too much of a bargain. It comes with a huge subwoofer which I use as a footrest. It also comes with a control panel which I can use to control the volume and the bass. The speakers are not connected directly to the PC because I am somewhat of an audiophile, meaning I love good quality sound. Instead, they are connected to a USB powered DAC amp combo which provides much cleaner sound so that my Spotify tunes can come out as clear as possible. For this, I use a Fiio E17, but I will put a link in the description for a newer one. This small plastic thing is the antenna for the built-in Wi-Fi for my computer. I use Wi-Fi as I don't really have the need for wide connection as I live close to the internet exchange and get 5 milliseconds ping from just using Wi-Fi alone. Also, using a direct cable connection means more cables and more ugliness. I am not the neatest person when it comes to cables because I prefer leaving them hanging and I can disconnect and connect things as I wish. The actual computer these days isn't very important as they are all powerful for office work. I built mine around 4 years ago and it has a then powerful 6-core Intel i7 processor which has been overclocked to 5 GHz. This case is much older, but I don't want to replace it because it has 4 USB ports, something that new cases don't have for some reason. I find these ports very useful as I can manually insert and take out my webcam, making sure that no one can spy on me when I am not using it for online meetings. I think a physical switch for webcams and microphones are so important and prefer desktops. They don't have cameras or microphones built in, meaning that when you take the camera out, no one can see you and no one can hear you. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please press like and subscribe to see more videos like this. Also, if you found this video useful, please share it as it helps me out a lot. And as always, thank you for watching.